HPV is one of the most common sexually transmitted infections. With more than 40 different types of HPV, it can affect both men and women. The main cause of the HPV infection is the virus entering a person's body through a cut or small tear in the outermost layer of the skin. HPV is most commonly passed through vaginal or anal intercourse, and it can also be contracted through oral sex and genital contact. HPV affects approximately 50% of sexually active people, whether you've had sex once or several times. This virus is spread through not only contact with infected genital skin or bodily fluids, but it can also be passed from infected mother to child through childbirth. Over 20 million Americans are currently affected and living with HPV. Although symptoms of HPV may not appear in some cases, genital warts is going to be the most common symptom. Cervical cancer can also be a result of HPV. Along with cervical cancer, HPV can also lead to other forms of cancer, including but not limited to vaginal, penile, and anal cancers. Symptoms can be so limited that many people living with HPV may not be aware that they are even infected. There is no known cure for the HPV virus. In most cases, though, the infection caused by this virus will be able to clear up without any assistance from a doctor or medications. There are many options, though, for medications that can help to treat the symptoms or infections that HPV can cause, such as warts. Topical ointments can be purchased over the counter or by prescription to treat these warts. If ointments do not help, more advanced procedures such as freezing, laser, and surgical removal can be used. Cervical cancer is another result of HPV that is restricted to women. Treatment for this cancer is most effective whenever it is diagnosed early, therefore we can start treatment early. These treatments can include chemotherapy and radiation. There are several ways to prevent HPV. The HPV vaccine Gardasil can protect against certain strains of the virus that cause genital warts in both women and men, and cervical cancer in women. It is recommended by the National Advisory Committee of Immunization Practices that all children, both boys and girls, receive the HPV vaccinations. These vaccines will have a greater effect if received before a person is sexually active. Another vaccine option restricted to women ranging from the ages of 10 to 25 years is Cervarix. These vaccines are not a cure for HPV, and they're also not 100% effective for prevention. Condoms are also not typically recommended as a form of prevention alone. People are unaware that they are infected with HPV. It is extremely hard to find accurate statistics on the amount of people living with this virus. HPV is extremely contagious and can be transmitted without either party having any knowledge of its existence in their system. According to a statistic recorded in April of 2012, there is approximately 8 to 10% of the population in Louisiana who have been diagnosed with cervical cancer, which we know is a symptom of HPV. Nationwide, there are nearly 20 million people currently living with HPV, while it is estimated that there are roughly 6.2 million people newly infected per year.